All right. So, what's up? Starting stream. Let's make sure everything's set up. I got Sublime Text open. Got my terminal. Always got to have your editor and your terminal. That's how you know you're cool. And if you do Sublime, if you do VS Code, I just want you to know I'm sorry. I'm sorry that your growth is limited and you're holding yourself back. I actually am sorry that you're doing it. Anyway, today I have an idea that's a friend's idea, which actually I gotta tell him that I'm doing this. So I'm building a Twitter scraper. So friend had this idea to find the best shit posters for a topic. And I'll think logically, like, how are you going to do that? And by shit poster, we're S poster. From now on, I will refer to it as S poster. We are on Twitter and we're on YouTube, which is a safe space, of course. And we want to be very, very, YouTube overlords. I consent. I conform. I'm your pay piggy. So, just kidding. But yeah, so we finding an S poster on Twitter by topic. Really, what that means is finding really good Twitter accounts that are really good at tweeting about certain topics and that are really funny, that have high engagement, and doing it about a topic. So I want to find. And this is like a rough script. So this isn't like, I'm not going to do a comprehensive Twitter API setup right here. So this is going to be something where, this isn't going to be too crazy here. But long story short, we will use Node.js to make a script to find the funniest S posters on Twitter. And the way I want this to work, so let's call this our poster finder. So let's say you're just a guy, okay? You're just a guy. This is in, let's put this in, this is in JavaScript. This is not Markdown. So you're just a guy. This is our user case study. Only 10x engineers do user case studies. So you're just a guy. Nobody likes you. And you find solace in Twitter. Isn't that nice? All day you look at Twitter like the little like the sad boy you are. Why don't you, the sad boy, have a tool where you can find the funniest, most engaging Twitter users about your favorite topics? Like, how would you do that? Like, how right now? Okay, so Jared is gonna build it for you. I promise I'm not developmentally challenged. This is just how I think. This is how I write notes. So how are we gonna do this? So right now, discovering good Twitter users is actually kind of hard. Like, if I wanted to discover a Twitter user right now, like, let's go to my Twitter. Like, I have, like, what am I gonna go to? Or if I just want to if I want to engage in Twitter, I go on the homepage. I have my base controversial people that you're gonna see, and I'm like, and they have the who to follow section, but sometimes this section kind of sucks. So actually, with this data that we get, we could actually make a Chrome extension to make a better who to follow, like a who to S posters to follow section. That would actually be cool, because there's all these like actually cool Twitter accounts that don't get highlighted. Like, who is this? They're showing me this person. Like, who is this person? Circus Funny. It's like ITO Walski, and then what do they say? They're like, retro wallet baby, just walk past my heart. Yeah, like, that's not, like, I don't care. That's not relevant at all to me. But I know it's relevant to me. So, and I'm the sad boy it was me the whole time. So I want to be able to make a script where it runs like we're using Node.js. So it's like we have our S poster finder, and let's say I'm in a terminal experience. How to use. If you want to, I don't know why I'm doing this line by line commenting. If anything, that's the cringe stuff I'm doing right now. So SP finder. Let's see, maybe it's like you pass in a topic. So the topic is like, I really want to find tweets about Hillary Clinton. No. Absolutely not. But let's say I want to find, like, what was that recent thing that that lady what was that lady? Like, the one that saw the person on the airplane. Who just chatted. Jack, do you know that lady on the airplane? Like, what was her name? Hi, Shaswin. See this? So we're making, for everyone joining right now, we're making a S poster finder. You know, we don't want to insult the YouTube overlords here, or maybe we do. I don't know. We'll see how they treat us. But this is our user case study. You're just a guy. Nobody likes you. You find solace in Twitter. All day you look at Twitter like the sad boy you are. Why don't you, the sad boy, have a tool where you can find the funniest, most engaging Twitter users about your favorite topics? So Jared's going to build it for you. Okay? And we pass in a topic. You have a question? What's the question? So let's say the topic is like JavaScript. Let's keep it boring. So I want to find how to build NanoGP. We're not talking about Llama. Okay, I talked about Llama so much. Okay, we can talk about Llama. Okay, I'm gonna stop it right here just to address your question. I'm stopping my flow state just to address your question. So if it's not so much building NanoGPT on top of Llama as much as you can create a Llama 2 model using something like NanoGPT. So you have to look at how Llama 2 is trained, and then you can maybe build off of NanoGPT to use that. However, so this is a real quick aside. If you really want to do like a very simple setup of Llama 2, I highly suggest looking into the code base for Hugging Face, Transformers, library. Look into the Llama class that they have. And long story short, you'll be able to see the underlyings of how it works. So that's the long story short of saying that. Don't think of it as building NanoGPT on top of Llama 2, but maybe using one of these simple GPT classes like NanoGPT or whatever to train a Llama 2, which would be crazy, which you don't want to do that. All right, cool. Let's get back. Oh, Tony, hey, what's up? Oh, you got it to 94 performance. Nice. All right, so we want to build this. Now back to our story about a sad boy. So we want to build our SP finder. So we're finding S posters, and I want to find the best S posters about JavaScript. But maybe I want to find the top. We're gonna have a flag like top 3. We'll have one flag for that. So when I'm gonna make a command line tool, first thing I do is I get a command line tool script. So before we do anything, we're gonna do our scraping and all that. Let me get rid of my config. But for now, we will do this. So let's go to, just get like a basic command line argument parser. If you don't know about argument parsers, so argument parsers are pretty much, whenever you're coding in Node.js and you're a 10x awesome developer, you want to use an argument parser and not just use the typical argv setup. So here, oh, they actually have a built-in, oh wow, so it looks like this is new. This is like from a year ago. So they have, and I'm on 18.14, so, or 14, so I should have access to this. So I'm gonna get an arg parser from node util. Now let's parse these args. Let's do it. Because I have 2 arguments. I want to pass in the topic of the S posters that I want to find, and I want to also get maybe like a top 3, so I can get maybe the top 3 people that I find, just so I can have some options here. And that's the T flag right here. And we're going to use this in the we're going to use it like this. We're going to use this script. We're going to say node spfinder.js, and then we're going to pass in some flags here. So we'll say JavaScript, right? And then we'll say T3. So that's how we're actually going to run this. There's nothing in the file now, so. Alright. So let's go back and option name type string. So let's say this is our type. No, this is the topic. And the short, we don't have a short. But this is the N. So this is, the short for this would be, I'm calling this the N. This is just going to be the amount of S posters we want to get. The short for this would just be T. And this is type number. I don't know. My first time using nutil here, so be nice. Be nice. This isn't a positional argument, so positional argument as in this argument, like right here. Alright, so let's do node. I need to log this. I'm gonna log values, const values. This is such a weird way to make a variable. What the? Alright. Let's actually just, let's not break that out. Let's just, oh, we can do that, it's fine. Oh, it says argument amount type must be string or boolean. Oh, so this can't, so this has to be a string. So we'll parse the number from the string. And unexpected argument JavaScript, because there's no positional arguments. We'll just say, we'll just use this as N or T. Short is topic. Or no, the short will be, let's just do N for now. So I'm gonna say topic, and we'll say, we'll just do that. Let's log, let's get our position. All right, so we just made a command line tool in like 5 seconds. That's crazy. So we have the topic and we have the amount. Nice. So it looks like we can do values dot. I see what they're doing. Let's do that. But yeah, so, and then they were doing this. Let's do this. So now we have a command line tool and we have the topic and the amount. So now let's start doing some Twitter scraping. So we got to think, before we go too far, let's do some thinking. I want to think, how am I actually going to get the positional arguments here? So, or not position arguments. How am I actually going to go to a Twitter account and see whether they're a valuable shit poster? So the way I want to do this is I want to use the topic. We could use an LLM to make this a little bit better, but I want to use the topic and search the topic that they pass in here. So there was JavaScript. This is the process I want to automate using Puppeteer, which, you know, I like Puppeteer. Almost every video I've been using Puppeteer. I'm so lame. Okay, so friends, we're gonna run through each of these users. And for this guy has like no followers and like a ton of no following, but a ton of followers. We're gonna want to go to their page. So for now, if we want to make this really easy, we could not go to everyone's page, but I want to go to everyone's page. And how do you detect whether someone's a quality shitpost? Maybe we get the top 3 tweets, and we look at the engagement on the top 3 of their last tweets. Maybe that's the way to do it now. So we'll find people talking about the topic. We look at the top 3 of their last tweets, and then maybe we see the ratios. So we make some sort of algorithm like log of likes, because at a certain point log will hit like a threshold. So log over some fraction of some transformation on the likes, and then comments per like. If they get a lot of comments and they get a lot of engagement, I think that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, well, we want to do the opposite. So we want the comments. We want a higher amount of comments to greatly affect the score. So if they get a lot of comments per, okay, so we do the log of some transformation on the likes, and we multiply that by the ratio of comments over the likes. This is not my area of expertise, doing things like this. Not my area of expertise. Okay, so let's go. If anyone has any ideas, you're more than willing to, because I'll just do it. I'll just run with it. Okay, so for now, that's the equation. The equation for engagement is for each of the top. This is our algorithm for engagement. S poster ranking. Last 3 tweets. Last tweet. This is pseudocode. So for each of the last tweets, let's just do for last tweet of, this is how I write pseudocode. It's like half JavaScript, half not code. So for last tweet of last tweets, last tweet dot likes, and then maybe multiplied by the last tweet dot no, we don't want to do, we want the amount of likes to really matter. But if there's more comments than likes, that's not really a good thing at a certain point. We can just do, let's do maybe up to a certain point. For now, let's just do that, actually, because I realize this is going to override that a little bit. Let's do last tweet over last tweet dot likes. And if there's a lot of comments and they're getting ratioed, then this is actually gonna mess it up. But I think this is gonna deal with the fact that they're gonna get ratioed. Pretty sure. And I understand that I'm canceling out the likes here. There's a better way to do that. I'm canceling out the likes. I need to do something other than this. I could do one. Yeah. This is what I want to do. I think I want to do 1 plus this. I think that makes sense. What up? Was watching the stream you post on HN. You're dope, bro. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. I will keep it up. I've been trying to stream more, because I'm just in between contract work. I'm because I'm starting a startup right now, and in between building stuff and in between contracts and stuff, I'm I need to do something, and I'm always building stuff. I want to stream me building stuff. So what we're trying to do now is just to keep everyone in the same page. This is the user case study. So you're a guy, nobody likes you. You need to find solace on Twitter. All day you look at Twitter like the sad boy you are. Why don't you? This is our user case study. So user case study. Why don't you, the sad boy, have a tool where you can find the funniest, most engaging Twitter users about your favorite topics? So Jared's going to build it for you. So we're going to find some funny posters. Okay. YouTube. I'm one of the good ones. Alright, but we had to find an equation so my thought is, we're in the scraper, we're going to use this search term with so the search term here is going to be JavaScript. Using this search term, we're going to go through the search, and so I searched JavaScript, I found I am developer. If I want to, I'm going to ignore this for now. For now, I'm going to ignore this. I'm just going to get the engagement on the last 3 tweets. And I need to find a way to account for the amount of comments. And if there's a lot of comments. But actually, I'm not going to use the ratio. I'm just realizing now the ratio of comments to likes just isn't a good idea. So let's not do that. I want to get, if it's a lot of likes, I don't want it to hamper the engagement too much. But how about, let's do this. Let's multiply it by, for now, let's just multiply it by the amount of comments. And that's it. Because the comments do matter more. This is not a complicated equation at all. But the comments matter. But in relation to the likes, I don't want to incentivize people that are getting ratioed. If that makes sense. So for each, in our pseudocode, for each of the last tweet, we're going to get, by the way, we wrote a little command tool here. We're going to get this score. So the score equals this. And then we're going to sort on score. And then return top n being the, it's confusing because the short of this is n. Let's actually flip that. but n being the command line argument for amount. So we just want to return the top amount. This is going to be amount. So that's the algorithm. That's it. That's super easy. Now we have to actually get the data. So couple things. So when you're writing a web scraper, this is important. You're really just writing a routine. You don't want to overcomplicate things. I've written this probably 4 times in these videos so far. It's an async func, so I'm gonna exit it like that. I'm gonna exit the whole process. When you're writing a web scraper, you gotta use Puppeteer. You gotta use Puppeteer. I'm all about Puppeteer. I'm npm initting so that I can get npm package. I'm going to install Puppeteer, which will use Chrome by default, and it will start a headless browser. The headless browser is important. And hey, Size here. Hey, what's up, man? You want to see? I'm not gonna go through this is the last time I'm going. I'll do it for Sai. This is the last time I'm going through the user case study. I've done this 3 times so far. So the user case study. It's the last time I'm going through it. It's you're just a guy. Nobody likes you. You find solace on Twitter. All day you look at Twitter like the sad boy you are. Why don't you, the sad boy, have a tool where you can find the funniest, most engaging Twitter users about your favorite topics? So Jared's going to build it for you. Okay. And this is the way the script's going to work. It's going to be SP Finder JavaScript. So on our S-poster finder, shit poster. I gotta say it once. Okay, so in the S-poster finder, we're gonna pass in JavaScript. I know YouTube's like, oh, we gotta get rid of this guy from streams. My God. Okay, so we're passing in the topic. We're gonna use this topic. We're gonna automate a search to go to Twitter using Puppeteer. We're gonna be returning the top, which we're using the slash. Actually, we use /n because n is the tech way of getting a total count. So we're gonna say get the top 3, and we're using Node.js. We're using JavaScript to do this. So let's get Puppeteer. Also, I like to. So we made a little command. This is what we're parsing the arguments using this node util thing. So I like to get. The way I like to import stuff is the 10x way. It's the cool guy way. I like to import my lib stuff. So my standard lib goes above my vendors. It's just what I like to do. And even more so above that, I like to use really standard stuff up here. And I know we're gonna have to I know we're gonna have to get FS file system. This is like file system's like the most standard stuff, right? So I'm getting the file system, I'm getting the standard lib stuff, which is the less standard. Like file system stuff, like that's like the most basic stuff you can import, right? And then I import my vendors down here. That's just what I like to do. I think it makes logical sense. You don't have to, but you also don't have to be 10x. So, all right. So the 10x thing is mostly a joke. It's mostly a joke. All right. So let's make our functions. So I'm gonna have a function to set, which I'm gonna steal from some other code I have. Do I have some code? Where's some code? This is some code. Dang, there's a lot of code in here. Look at this. Look at all this code. Jesus Christ. Alright, so I'm gonna go steal. So I have so many Puppeteer related scraping projects that I can just go anywhere and just find it. Meanwhile, I like can't find it. Now I think it's in this file. It's not. This is an empty file. Alright, so it has to be in one of these. Oh yeah, common CSS. I have it. I just have a little like setup script that I write for everything. And even something to log the console, which I don't think we need to do. This is a basic setup script. This is function. This is a function expression, okay? This is a function declaration. This is hoisted. That's, if you want to ace your JavaScript interview, you got to memorize that, okay? This is an expression. We're assigning a variable in the scope. We're hoisting a function here. We're declaring a hoisted function. There's no real purpose for that right here. Okay, so alright, so let's start. So what we want to do is we want to run setup browser, and we want to get browser and page, and these are the two. So Puppeteer has these two main classes. Page is the main one we're going to want to use. Viewport doesn't matter. I was using viewport for something else. This is just so we can capture the logs in our on the page. So whenever there's a console event, we're capturing that and we're just logging it out. It's actually not that great the way it's set up here. So what we want to do is we got to log into Twitter, because I don't think Twitter actually lets you search to a serious degree without being logged in. So I'm gonna show you how to. I have a config set up with some credentials in it. Don't hack me. Just kidding. I'm not gonna actually show my real credentials to anybody. But let's go back to Twitter. So I want to go. So this is how I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna log out. Oh wow, this is like super slow. This is so slow. Oh my god, I'm like destroying my computer is so slow. Wow. I really gotta figure out the situation with this. Alright, so I'm gonna log out. Yeah, my computer's like on overdrive right now. Maybe I should make the stream standard definition. Alright, let's log out. I'm on this like real dang, I don't even know how to talk without cursing. Am I like slow? I feel like that's the problem. I feel like if you don't know how to talk without cursing and you're like not 7, that's probably a problem. But okay. So let's go to we're gonna first go to this page. So let's await page.goto. So let's make a function called login to Twitter. Twitter login, camel case. So we're 10x. And then we're gonna have to pass in the page context. And I wrote that backwards. We're gonna go do page.goto, and we're gonna say, oh wait, let's get this, and let's go to the login page. We're gonna wait for that. And then once this loads, we got to do a manual email, which we'll have to click on this first see if this works. I tried clicking on something before. Let's see, this input. Uh-oh, how do we get this input? So we got to figure out how to target this input. They have a ton of classes that are randomized here, so it's going to be a little harder. That's okay. They have an autocomplete key here called username, so I'm going to use that and see if that. I'm going to test in the console to see if that actually. So let's see if that does it. Oh, whoops. Got to escape our characters here. Okay, so that does it. Okay, cool. So that's all we need to do. So this is our selector, and let's do a page.evaluate. That's how I do all my query selectoring. So now we're injecting this script into the page. So now I'm going to return whatever that result is, and I think we don't have to wait. We don't have to do any timeout waits. We may have to do a timeout, but I think that's fine. And this is going to be the user input, and I want to actually do user input.click because it looks like you have to click on it first. I don't know for sure. This might be really tricky because we may have to, you know what, we may have to not even do that, and I gotta look up how to send keys page evaluate. So we have to figure out how to automate typing in the page evaluate. So when you're elite, you the dumbest thing I ever said. So when you're elite hex or 10x, you have to, and when you're web scraping, you have to go to Stack Overflow and argue about semantics that don't mean anything and posture, because this is the only way you can win in life. It's by going into Stack Overflow comment threads and being a dude. I am the Sherlock Holmes of div selectors. If there was a competition on who can just like who can find anything on a web page with selectors, I would win by like an insane margin. It wouldn't even be like, no one's had as much training as me. Alright, so what are we doing here? So passing, oh no, this is not, I'm not even looking at did I make the wrong search? I need to know how to pass keys, how to send keys to input, how to fill in an input field using Puppeteer. We always search. We have to use a val? What? Oh, we can do dot value? I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Yeah. This is what I want to do. Oh, wow. There's a dot focus. Hold on a sec. Let's not do this. Let's not do that. This is better. I'm not using page evaluate. Look at that. Look at that. So I'm gonna load up my personal details. You're not gonna tell anyone. Just kidding. No one will be able to see this. So I'm gonna look in, I think it's that. It's json.parse. So this is the config. This is where I'm just putting my user credentials so I can log in. And I'm going to type in the username. And after you type in a username, let's just do Bob. You type enter, and then they give you a pass in, and you're already auto-focused. Maybe we don't want to do the headless browser for this, so we can see if this actually works. Yeah, so let's actually, so you're autofocus, which is cool. So let's actually just go, let's do the rest of it. So autocomplete current password. So let's await page dot keyboard dot type config dot password page word. So we need to press enter. Press enter. Puppeteer. Press enter button in Puppeteer. Let's see. What does Elite 10X Pro eat for breakfast? I don't eat breakfast. And I am the Tech Bro 10X. I'm the only one. I'm the only 10Xer. And I don't eat breakfast. No, that's funny though. I think if you're a 10X Tech Bro, Elite, engineer, tech, based, tech, elite, Chad, you don't eat breakfast, because breakfast is for the weak. Like, you wake up, like, think about how sad, think about how absolutely, oh, it's press. Okay. Think about how absolutely depressing it is to wake up and need food. Like, you wake up and you're like, you need food. Like, nothing happened yet. That's like really sad. Like, if you wake up and you need food, I mean, you should just like, you can't even learn basic. You can't even learn visual basic, dude. Let alone be 10x. Like, come on. Alright, so we need to wait. We should do a timeout. I know we need to do a timeout. The 10x thing, it's almost gone too far. No, it will never go too far. I will never stop. Alright, so I think we want to wait here. Let's wait a second here. And let's wait 2 seconds here. Let's type in the password. And then after we type in the password, we can press enter again. No. We type in the password, can we press enter again? Yeah, we can. Okay, cool. It's gonna fail, obviously. Alright, so we can press enter down here again. And no, but really think about that. It's like for all the people eating breakfast out there, it's like you need sustenance before you did anything. That means sleep is such an intense exercise for you. Alright, so I think this is doing a login. How do I do this? Let's do Puppeteer, show browser window. Because I think by default I'm using headless. I actually don't want to do headless by default. Now I want to show the browser. Headless false. Wait. I think it's gonna show. I think I'm being stupid. Alright, let's run this. We didn't test any of our code. If you test your code, you're like before junior. You're not even close. You're not even an intern. If you test your code, you're so like insecure that I don't even know what to say to you. Alright, so okay, it's doing something. Oh cool, nothing happened. Awesome. So at least none of this broke. I just have no idea whether it worked. Cool. Alright, so I think with launch we want to say headless false. I think. Oh wait. Yeah, that's what. Okay, cool. We get to see stuff. Wow. Nothing. It just. What? It opened up for like a second. Where am I going wrong? So it set up the browser. Oh, I'm not running the function. That's not 10x. I have to take away that I'm 8x now. Such a shame. Such a shame. Cool. It just died immediately. Alright, so camera properties want to find where you go to because I'm not passing the page. Alright. I hope you guys know that all the 10x stuff, it's completely true. Okay, so Twitter flow login, it's going to the login page. And it's waiting. It's still loading. And it just exit out. We got an error. It says no element found for selector. So we're gonna actually wait for the selector, which we should have already been doing. We should do this for both things. So page dot wait for so we're just waiting until the selector exists. Notice how it's just like a clear procedure. We execute, we wait, we execute. Just like how JavaScript was made, right? It's a joke because it was made to not work well. All right, so we want to use this auto focuses, so we don't have to do another wait for, but actually I'm gonna wait for this anyway, just in case. I think it was called current password, right? I think it was. Let's inspect. Yeah, it was called current password. Cool. Let's still wait for it, you know? It's actually logged some stuff. Or we can see it work here. We could see stuff happening, you know. That was it. Dude, honestly, like Twitter, let me write this in the, I was like writing in the chat, and it just said, Twitter becoming X, I don't even know what to say. It's like, like, right? Isn't it? It's like I don't even know. Oh, nice. Oh, it just logged me in. Yay. Let's do a 5-second timeout. So like Twitter going to X, it's like if Elon Musk just like he wanted to commit suicide but got bullied out of it and chose to do this instead. I could have just said it, but I wanted to type it out to solidify it. No, honestly, I actually don't think it's a big deal. I think that it is gonna be a problem for him. But I think it's probably fine, actually. It's probably fine. But yeah, look at that. I don't know if you guys saw, but it actually like logged us in. So I want to do a timeout. Let's do async function. So we logged into Twitter. Let's now go to the search page. Let's make a Twitter search. Search. And oh wait, I'm not logged in into the real Twitter, so I can't test this. All right, I gotta log in again. My computer's super slow. All right, let's go. It's my user. I know you guys are gonna try to hack me. I get it. I'll change my password after this. Okay. You can't even see what it is. I should probably save that. You hack me, you're just such a noob. You hack me. That's so, because you can probably see like how the frequency that I type that in. Fuck. These kids. Effing kids, I didn't say. Okay. Let's do a search. Search for JavaScript. Gotta get the URL. That's the URL. Okay. Let's make a function for Twitter search. Page. Page.goto. Await. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Page.goto. And that. We're going to use the. These are global. But even though they're global, I'm going to pass it here because I'm a good little scope boy. Alright, so we're going to pass in page and topic. I don't think we need a mount yet. No, I think we do need a mount. Q equals, we're going to use a string literal right here. Topic. URL, we want to encode it, so we want to do URL and how did I forget this? Encode URI component to, just in case if they have spaces, to auto encode the spaces. I don't know if this page go to is, I don't know how it works. We're gonna get the, we're gonna wait for this. What is it? Oh, this is a totally different. I can run through that code another time. It's actually a cool code base. So I gotta load. Oh wow. So we gotta do a couple things. Notice how this is important, because if you want to, like, with all this LLM stuff, you gotta learn how to web scrape. I'm telling you, you gotta learn how to get real world data on your own. We're not using any Twitter API. We're just, we're breaking their terms and conditions. Not YouTube's. I'd never break YouTube's terms and conditions. Unless I needed to and they crossed my boundaries. Just kidding. Or am I kidding? Okay, but like, they don't want you to scrape Twitter, but we're doing it anyway because I don't want to use their API. Okay? That's just life. Alright, so let's go and can I learn JavaScript without first knowing React? That's actually a funny tweet. Let me retweet that. That's a really funny tweet. But anyway, so I want to wait because this is educational purposes. I'm scraping you guys for educational reasons. Okay, so I want to. So let's think about. We want to find something unique on this page that we know is data dependent, because this data renders after the page renders. So all these tweets, if we just wait for the page to load up, we're not going to get our data. So we have to do a wait for selector. We have to wait for the content to show up in the browser routine. And we should do something data dependent. So what I mean by that is this. So this doesn't exist until the page loads. This test ID. Twitter, if you got this test ID, just know this is making it super easy for me to scrape you. It's making it really easy for me. So this 3, oh yeah, so that's another thing. We have to recursively scroll Yeah, we have to recursively scroll so that we can keep fetching new tweets as we scroll, because they have this forever scrolling thing, and they have a window where they load new tweets, you see, and we have to wait for them to load. So the routine is first, let me get this document thing. So we actually need to make a little recursive. So like, let's do a thing where we just say get or users to fetch, and let's say, let's do 10 for testing, not 1,000. So we're gonna recursively scroll and fetch. We're gonna get the user's handle. That's all we're gonna get. We're gonna go through each of these tweets and get the user's handle. It's another person. Thanks for putting me on. Sai, how do you want to learn to code like me? What? Dude, watch the stream. What do you mean, Alex? Dude, watch the streams. That's how you gotta learn. You wanna be 10x? Dude, come on. No, but seriously, if you wanna like code well, and you wanna get into that flow state, and you wanna learn, you wanna do really well, you gotta subscribe. No. No, what you really should do is you should code a lot. You should code like every day. Yeah, do 50-day code challenge. Yeah, do that. That's what you need. Listen to Tony. Tony's really smart. He's an AI researcher who's good at Python. He knows his shit, and I'm telling you. But seriously, like if you code every day, let's do the 50-day code challenge. Code every day. Because when you do something every day, it triggers something in your brain it solidifies it as a habit, and it makes it so you get that, you know how like if you're working out or you're playing a sport, you get like this mind-body connection? The same thing is for intellectual things. Like you start to, learning concepts becomes a muscle that you're developing over time. That's why it's easy for me to look at a concept, do a deep dive, and figure it out, because I've done that many times. I don't even think I don't know if I'm naturally good at that, but it doesn't matter. What matters is I've done it a ton of times. Code a lot, do deep dives. Alright, so we want to make a scroll and fetch routine. So what this is doing is we're gonna do a couple things. We're gonna do pseudocode first. That's what you do in your 10x. I'm not letting the 10x thing die. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is get all tweets on the current page. For each tweet, grab the user handle. That's all we need to build the URL later. And using scroll and wait, restart. Okay, so we're gonna do this until this would be a while loop. We don't need a recursive function. We're gonna do this until we're gonna have like users found. And we're gonna make this equal to. Do we want to loop? Or we want to have function control. Do you want to control this in the stack? The benefit of that is we might be able to control memory easier if we do this recursively. Actually, no, we're fine. It's JavaScript. Okay, so notice how I use semicolons sometimes and I don't some other times. That's the key. Now I'm just an idiot. I'm just like a total idiot. Okay, so we're gonna say while users found is less than users fetch. We're gonna run this routine, and we'll like make users, so the way we're gonna try to find the S posters is we do the search with the tweet we want to find the S posters about, and then we loop through it, and we keep finding the users. If we find a certain amount of, like a bucket of, we find like 1,000 users, and within those 1,000 users, we go through each user. I know. We get their top 3 tweets. We have an equation. It's super simple, but I'm just doing like getting the log of their likes. But I have to but I'm not like good at like math concepts. But I want the log because the likes are something that I want to have decay over time. Essentially, I don't want it to be like 10,000 likes. I want to find people that are up and coming. I don't want to find like Elon Musk and shit, like it's and stuff. All right, so and then restart. Oh yeah, and then we're multiplying that by the amount of comments, which is probably, I think that's fine because comments, it's not going to be that many comments, I think, and that's just going to be a multiplier on the likes. We can work on that. That doesn't matter. As long as we get the first 3 tweets and we get the comments and likes, someone else can figure that out. I'm not the... I can code. Okay. Alright, so let's go. Let's get all the tweets on the page. We're going to do page evaluate. We're going to get this... Oh, we want to do, before we do that, we want to wait for selector, tweet text, and we do this because we don't want to buy API stuff, because we're poor and we don't like paying for things, so we web scrape. And eventually we'll make a botnet and we'll rate a stream, but we won't do that for now. We'll use this auto. I want to have a stream where I auto create accounts, and then I want to like go on a stream. Like, so if someone knows a stream, let me know. Because I don't really like watch anything, or I don't really watch much live stuff. Because I want to make a botnet and just go ham. Alright, so we're going to wait to see once the data on the page loads up. Remember, you should wait until data dependent things, the things you want to scrape, are loaded on the page when you're using things like Puppeteer. It's the only useful selectors you want to wait for. If you don't know what a selector is it's essentially a way of identifying content in HTML trees. Long story short, there used to be this thing called XPath, which was super complicated, and that's how people looked through XML and HTML. XML, for all you tech people, JSON is the new XML. XML was more complicated. Okay, XML looks like HTML. It's a markup language. People would use XML to organize their semantic data, like news feeds. RSS feeds are often XML. Selectors comes from how CSS selects, and it is the main way. Well, you could do it whatever you want, but it's kind of the main way this language for getting things. Like I'm saying, get an element with this attribute by this value. This is like sort of the main language to query for information in the markup language. So in the tree, in the HTML tree, you use selectors to try to find data in the tree. In JSON, you just look at keys and values, right? So this is another way of doing that. I'm saying find an element that has this key that matches this. I'm not even saying give me a div element. I'm saying any element. It doesn't matter. I could do star there. Alright, so And we don't need XML anymore. So just unless you get a crappy job where it's like government related and they want you to like look at some XML data, like we don't do that anymore. We're 10x, okay? We're moving fast. All right. So we want to get we waited for it. We want to get the current tweets on the page. So this is current tweets. And we want to, for each tweet, we want to get, oh wait, I messed up. I don't think we want to get, look at this. Does this have the user in it? Hold on. Is this, oh wait, this isn't even loaded up. Hold on. Let's run it again. Yeah, they make it real hard to scrape. Alright. Oh no, we want to get something greater than that. We can still wait for it, but we want to scrape something else because we just want to get the users. What is this? So actually, oh, this one's hard. So it's an A tag that has an href and has a role link. Oh, they have this little test ID. I don't know what you guys use this test ID for, Twitter, but I'm effing your S up, okay? Alright, so like if I worked there, I'd be like, no more exposing that. Guessing it's for some A/B testing, or I don't know. But we can get the first A tag. Let's just get the role link just in case. I think there's a role link. And we get these A tags and we can get the href. So we can actually just get the href in here. So when you have an array of classes in JavaScript, you want to use classes that are definitions, how should I say, they're superclasses that represent lists, classes that represent lists. You're often going to have, or lists that have a series of classes in them, you're not going to be able to do array methods on these classes, even though they represent lists. But you have this built-in array from, which will convert it to a primitive list. Okay, so user dot href, and now we have all the hrefs, and we're gonna users found is just gonna be the hrefs. So let's just do, you know what's interesting? We want to dedupe it. So let's actually user links. Let's do this. Let's make an array. Let's make a map. What are you guys saying? Oh wait, no, it's the same stuff from before. Alright, so we want to use user links, and we want to say for user links, we don't need users found. We want to say while the object keys of user links, while the length is less than user. So we're going to actually store the user links in this map, and we're going to say user links, and then we're going to use the href, and we're just going to say true, because this is a space thing, so I'm using, hold on a second, so for tweet link of current tweets, then I want to do this. So, and I want to check if link tweet is in user links, because if I get the same one, because this is a super chaotic environment, I don't know if the scroll is gonna give me completely new set of tweets or what. we're doing this like thing where we're kind of auto scrolling and seeing whether things wait to load, and like we're probably gonna get the same tweets every now and then, and we want to check. We want to get 10 unique tweets from the search. We're not even actually checking. We should be deduplicating the users, but we're just doing the specific tweets, which is fine. Or no, actually we're doing that. We're deduping the users because we're getting the users' handles, so that's good. So we're gonna get 10. We're gonna search and scroll until we get 10 unique user links. Okay, so if it's in here, actually we want to say if it's not in here. That's all we need to do. We can do that. Pretty sure we can do that. So, and we're filling that up, and then we're gonna have the user links. And so now we did this. Now we want to scroll and wait. So how do you scroll in Puppeteer? So let's do Puppeteer scroll. Let's do a scroll. Scroll down. We can actually do a scroll. Let's just do a JavaScript scroll, which should be like a scroll 2. Actually, let's exit this search. This is like slowing my computer down. My computer's I need to get a better computer. Let's just do a JavaScript scroll. Is that what we want to do? Let's do scroll to Y. I forgot how to scroll down to Y position. I think you just need to do like negative. Yeah, I think it's just scroll to. Yeah. Oh, it's scroll by. See, even if you're 10x, you gotta look stuff up. This 10x thing is so dumb. Alright. Scroll by Y. Scroll down one page. Alright, so we just need to do page.evaluate. So we're sending a script to the page. We want to send a, what is that, window or document? Window. We want to send a thing to window dot, we want to wait, of course. We want to say window dot scroll by 0, comma, like 1,000. And then let's do a timeout. By the way, if you're wondering what this timeout thing is, I have a timeout script that literally just does a set timeout, but it resolves a promise in the callback, so we can run it in a wait on it. I use this in a lot of stuff. So let's do 2 seconds. It's not great. Let's do 25. It's not great. And then it's just restarting because it's a while loop. So each time, let's log the user links. So let's log. We're at the end. Let's log user links. All right, let's do it. Let's run it. Let's run it. This is way better than machine learning. At least I don't have to wait for like a day until my thing's done. Oh, I just realized I'm not 100% that this logging in. Okay, it's typing. It logged in. Nice. And it just broke. Cool. Why did it break? Why did it break? I got an email about a new Twitter login. Just realized, oh, because you know why? It didn't break. I'm just not running this whole function I just wrote. So it is actually logging us in, which is cool. So if you want to know how to make a script to auto log in to Twitter, that's how you do it. Or, you know, rewind the video and you'll find that. Let's see if this works. We should do a thing where we make a botnet and we just like scrape everything on Twitter and make our own API and just like put $1,000 into like an Amazon account and just make like crazy botnet. Okay, so now search is undefined, so that's not good. Is it gonna do the it's waiting. So we gotta fix the search undefined. Is it getting the users? Yeah, it's getting the users. Nice. Oh, it got that though. Oh, it did it though. It did most of it. Wow, that's cool. All right, so something got messed up though. I don't think the scroll by worked. I just accidentally opened Visual Studio Code. Let's do 3000. And the A roll, because I'm getting all. I don't want to get all. I want to get the first occurrence. I can do first child, I think. Hold on a sec. Yeah. So make sure if like that's the right context of first child. Yeah, it's just first. Yeah, that's how you do it. Nice. I don't have a ChatGPT tab open because I'm not. I mean, you know what I'm gonna say. Because I'm not 1X like you. Just kidding. Just kidding. Is first child? That's not gonna do it. No, it is gonna do it. Is that gonna do it? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay, but the scroll by isn't working. Is one thing. This didn't work. Why didn't it get the topic? What? Why didn't I get the topic? Oh, because I'm not running the topic in the script. Yeah. So this how you do it. All right. Let's run it. Let's see if this works. See if we get the user. We're gonna go to each user and we're gonna rank them based on their top 3 tweets. Fuck, I'm like logging in so much to Twitter. Do this. A little aside. Well, actually, let's go back. Let's see if this works. They might detect me if I log in this much. Like, I'm getting emails every time I log in, so I'm going to try to save my cookies next session. And then have something, put them in a file, and then load them up somewhere. That's another way to make sure that you just stay logged in when you keep rerunning these scripts. And, okay. It's still getting these status ones. I guess the first child didn't work. Oh, did I not save it? At least it searched for JavaScript that time. I know first child, that's definitely only gonna get the first one that shows up. Do I need to do like direct child? I'm 0.5x. I feel like saying 0.5x, that's like that should be like a portfolio where like you just like break down how many x's you are. You're like, well, this after this project I was 0.7x. They'll literally think you're like, an R word. YouTube doesn't like that. But you do like you do like every project. It's like, okay, after this project I was 1.6x. They'll hire you because they'll legitimately think you're autistic. And they're like, we need this guy. We need, like, this guy's like he's on a different level. That's the thing about getting jobs at these companies. If they think you're like crazy, they'll think you're a genius. I don't care what anyone says. Like I've seen it over and over again. If they think that you're like on the spectrum, they'll be like, oh, that guy, he gets it. And literally the guy, he like doesn't even know the code. It's true. Oh, really? I feel like, no, but I've seen that. People will legitimately hire people based on that. Can't read the room. So have you seen, how has that affected you? Is that something where like people, that's funny because I feel like, Tony, I feel like you're not, like, you kind of know, I feel like you know things socially. I think you're like fairly aware. Yeah, no, I know. I get it. I get it. Yeah, that's tough. But hey, man, you really up it on a job interview, they'll be like, this guy knows stuff. Just like all the stuff you've learned, it takes practice. Forget all the practice, and you go on a job interview, and you just don't read the room at all. Grand 2.x experience after this. Nice. Just 0.2x. I'm getting distracted, dude, guys. Getting distracted. I'm like so close to finding the S posters. You guys are too fun to talk to. All right, let me scroll. Why is this first child thing not working? Let's go back to a search page. Search JavaScript. This is our testing grounds. I open my inspector. I have a video where I have a way where I think I can find out which companies are funding which topics on news articles. I used to work for the New York Times, for anyone wondering, and and Business Insider, and seeing behind the way things worked blew my mind. I'm gonna have a whole stream where I break down like I wanna it's all in the network tab. If you want to know the sauce on all these news companies and why they're like destroying America, look at the network tab. I'm gonna try to do some machine learning on that. I already started getting the data set in some video. You can find out who's funding a news article by doing enough semantic analysis on the network tab in the browser. I swear to God. Alright, so let's do, I want to get the first child. Query selector all. Let's see. Let's do this. 6. It says 6. It shouldn't be 6. It should be 3. Maybe one that has the tab index. Because it looks like tab index is a unique property here. Let's do that. Let's filter it on tab index. We don't have to do first child. We can say if the role is this and the tab. So tab index is when you tab in a website. Oh wait, do I need to do string? So when you scroll on a website in the tab, you can set the index, so the order in which the elements you tab are in all tabbable things. So like, let's go. Let's get this. Let me run this again. Something else was broken before. I forgot what it was. What was broken? I don't know. Something was broken. Something was broken. You think that would be a good video though? You think that'd be a cool video? Like if I kind of broke down like how to, because I want to do some. I want to use word embeddings on the HTTP responses. Oh, I forgot the cookie thing. I want to do the cookie thing because I don't want to keep logging in. So on the responses in the when analyze the network when these news site pages load, and I want to be able to see, because that's all the ad data, all the vendors, all the third-party tracking tools. You can see in the browser what's happening. If you do enough pattern matching, looking at the content of articles, you can do really cool stuff. You can do really cool. Oh, it's scrolling. It just scrolled. And it got unique. Yeah, nice. I got 10. I think I got more. Yeah, I got more than 10. I got 10 unique users. I stopped when, so it does get over the number here a little bit. Alright, so nice. That's actually really cool. So I want to do the cookie thing, but I may have to do that next video. So when you're doing all this stuff, you look very suspicious to the website if you just keep logging in back again, and they might block you out. So they might do that to me here. You can just save your cookies and reuse the cookies later. All right, so let's go. What should we do? What should we do? Okay, we need to go and get these user links, and we need to return the user links at the end of the function. And then we get users. Oh, well, we can just return the object keys. So we can just only return the keys. So these are the user pages. Yeah, user pages. And then for user page of user pages. So now we can make another function to loop through each user page. So like, really, this is just a function to say like get top 3. Well, and we can process everything later. So let's say get top n tweets, and then we'll pass in n. We'll pass in the user, okay, page, comma, user page, comma n. Page is the, so we need to do a page go to for, and then we're gonna have another function to process or get top users. No. Score. Naming things is hard. Okay, rank users. Rank S posters. Okay. We'll keep that in the burner, the back burner. Okay, so let's go to user page. Now we can go and look at the user page. So there's that guy, I am developer. He seemed pretty, I am developer. He seemed pretty funny. He's kind of a funny guy. Alright, so let's go and I am developer. And let's see what each of his, because we're finding, I think he's the best S poster. No, he's not really an S poster. He's too like he's selling merch. He's too like solidified. He can't, once you get that far, you can't really, you know, lay down the law. You can't, like, you just can't at that point. You're too in the money. Anyway, so let's get the top three. I think we can, these are all test IDs. So let's, really we just care about these two things. We want to have an array that has the comments and likes for each of these. This is a very basic analysis. If we really want to make this better, we can do a ton of different things. We can look at all the comments too. So test ID reply. Ooh, this one's gonna be harder. This one's gonna be a little bit harder. So let's chase down this selector. Let's hunt down these selectors. Alright. Interesting. We might have to look at the ARIA label and see if reply is inside the ARIA label. I know, that's so janky. That's so janky. But I think that might be, and then we could just get the inner text as just a 45 in there. Oh, I just realized we have to account for Ks for 1,000. Let's deal with that later. They make it so hard on you for, you know, probably because they don't want people doing this. Oh, wait, we can just use this test ID. My bad. I don't know what they use these test IDs for, but it's helping us out a lot. Retweets, let's ignore it for now. We're being real dirty. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so we got these two things. Let's see. So we wait for the user page. Let's wait for one of these selectors. Let's wait for the like one. No, let's just wait. Yeah, let's wait for the like one. So we can say page dot wait for selector tweet and like and await, and this is the like area, like region, like element. Let's just see. I really care about how I, oh, I just realized we don't want to assign it that one. Let's just do more page evaluates. There is just a selector function here. I don't have to use page evaluate a lot here, but I like to. Okay, I like to. And I think we don't need to scroll. Yeah, it loads up. Oh wait, hold on. Let's check if this loads up. Let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah, it gives us the top 3 already. We don't have to scroll. Nice. Alright, cool. What do you think? So we first need to just get the top tweets. So let's document dot query selector. We can do this all in one go. Array from query selector all, and then tweet, and then array from, then map. Oh wait, yeah, we can map it. Just we're gonna have to do more selectors in the map, and these are the tweet containers, or tweet container, and then on each tweet container we're gonna do a query selector for 2 query selectors. You can do query selectors on elements, by the way. And we're going to do one for the reply and one for the like. Let's hope this works. So far we've been lucky. And I think we can actually return an object and get the inner text of each. We'll deal with the whole like shorthand stuff they have. We'll deal with that later. Replies, tweets, or likes. Okay, so let's return this. So now we've mapped each of the elements to an array to an object that has associative array. I call them objects because that's how they're called in JavaScript here, but to an associative array. And now we have our top end tweets, and let's just return that. And let's actually run the function, even though I've forgotten to and tested like multiple times. So I'm going to pass in the page, the user page, and n is 3. We're not actually doing n yet. We're just getting the top 3. So let's just say get top tweets. Or get recent tweets, my bad. Get recent tweets. There's no third argument. So we want to say user how do we want to do this? We want to rank the users based on their information, so we should store, let's do user page, user tweet map. I know. Alright, so, and then we'll just say tweets. And the tweets is just an array with information about their top tweets. It's not actually the tweet information. So let's actually do tweet info. Tweet info map. And this is going to be an array of the tweet info, of the top 3. And then we'll just say user page equals tweet info. And here we'll log the tweet info. See if this works. See if they don't like the fact that we log in a ton of times. Let's see that. And we can put this in the once we get this data, we don't have to do any more scraping. We're in a land of safety. Alright, let's log in. How's everyone doing? How's life? Yeah, we're auto logging in. Think about how much we got done in like 2 hours. And imagine if we like actually decided to devote like a whole day to just fucking Twitter S up. Effing with at Twitter's S up. Think about what we could do. All the things we can do. Alright, let's see. How good do I write code? Okay, so we're going to the first user. I'm developer waiting for it to load. We're going to go to 10 users here. Oh, we gotta scroll. Yeah, we gotta scroll. It was so what was happening was it was timing out. Let's copy this. Always copy your code. It was timing out. So we gotta scroll because the tweets weren't loading up. And then it still ran this because it waited for the selector and the timeout happened. And once it got the tweet, well, a timeout happened. Wait, why did this? this. We're gonna have to trim all that. We're gonna have to post process that. We're gonna have to trim it if it's empty. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be empty. Flow, login. Yeah, I'm logging in way too much here. I don't think Twitter likes that. If they don't care, then like I don't know what X is doing at this point. I'm getting emails though. Every time it happens, I get an email. How come every time I come on, I get it? Oh, wait, I think I know why. I'm getting notifications about this, what I'm doing. Oh well. Alright, I'm developer. Let's see, are you a S poster? Are you a good S poster? It's not scrolling. That's fun. Oh, this little scroll bar. It's not scrolling because of this little scroll bar right here. It's not breaking though. Hold on a second. Let's stop after the first loop. Because I think it's not working. Let's look at why is this not scrolling? So the screen size was like this. And scrolling, it wasn't scrolling. So I go to I'm developer. There was like another scroll bar that was internal in the page. It's not showing up here, so oh, you know why? We're using a Firefox. We're testing on a Firefox browser. And we're running it on a Chrome browser. That's just silly. That's just a silly thing to do. But okay, so what would that be? Alright, well you guys just go to Chrome and see if we can get that. Because we need to scroll. We need to scroll in order to find the tweets. And we gotta figure out which element to scroll. So we gotta find the element to scroll. Damn, my computer's crazy. Okay. Google Chrome. I'm using Google Chrome. We're so close. We're so close to Nirvana. I imagine when I die, they'll just be like at the pearly gates, there'll just be like a big sign that's just like, you are 10x. he's here. Alright, so let's go. That's gonna happen. You laugh now, but maybe you don't laugh. You don't have a sense of humor. Or I'm not funny. Alright. Let's see if the scroll bar, the magical scroll. Yep, magical scroll bar is right there. Wait, no, that's not a magical scroll bar. Wait, what? Hold on a second. Okay, we gotta go into the inspector. Oh, there it is. Nope, never mind. Window dot scroll. We're gonna test our. Hold on a sec. Dot scroll by 0, comma 2000. It didn't do any. Oh, it did do something. Maybe I need a timeout. Another one of these arbitrary timeouts. Maybe that'll help. Maybe more arbitrary timeouts will help. We're close. I want to find the best for that in our user story for that sad boy. I want to find the best S posters. When I go to when I go to Hacker Valhalla, and they're like, "Welcome, you web scraped." But I have to atone for my industry sins. I worked at the Beast. I worked at the New York Times, so like I need to atone for that. They won't let me in. I'll go to like Hacker Hell. Oh, okay. So let me open this real quick. No, this isn't. What is this scroll bar? This isn't the side of the page. I need to. Oh, it's gonna change pages before I. Can I stop the routine? It's not even loading up the elements here. Oh. Is it body? No, it's not body. What is that magical scroll bar? What is this? What is this magical scroll bar? Okay, well, this doesn't appear to be working very well. Let's see if it messes. Let's see if it. I gotta find that magical scroll bar. I think so. The reason why that's a problem is I gotta scroll. It's not attached to the window, so the window scroll bar isn't working. So I have to find what element this is showing up in. Oh wait, hold on. Oh wait, it worked. Never mind, I don't have to do anything. It worked. We got the replies for this one guy. Nice. All right, let's do it. Run this again. Let's run it for 10 people. Let's do it. Let's wait. Like we're a bunch of data scientists. Data scientists. Like, are you even an engineer if most of your job is just like waiting next to a coffee machine? I'm kidding, obviously. Just know that I am kidding about mostly everything except 10x. Every video you watch that I'm doing, you will become closer. 1x at a time. Oh, X! I just realized it's x.com now. Elon gets it. He gets it. He's a bro. That's so funny. I gotta work at x.com now. Alright. So, nice. We did the next person. Okay. So in the meantime, let's actually implement our little equation here. So we're going to get the posters info map. S posters info map. We're going to loop. So we're going to do a ranking. We're going to do a sort. So let's do return. And we actually want to pass the amount too. Actually, yeah, we want to pass the amount which we're getting. So object.keys. Whoops. Object keys for tposters map. And we want to say sort for. I forgot how to do sorts. Hold on a sec. Hold on a second. Am I done? Astro.build. Wait, is that actually only... You're kidding. It only did 5 of them? Wow. It's kind of slow. It's not... Is it not doing this one? Oh no, I think it is. True. Alright, well this is taking longer than I thought. We're gonna have to run it again, unfortunately, because this sort, you know what, there's no point in, let's just end it because we know it works. Well, we kind of know it works. So we're gonna have b minus a for descending. So we're going to do math.log of b.likes. Yeah. Is it likes? Is that what I said? Yeah, then replies. So we have to do parse int. This is just the equation I thought of. This isn't like we're going to multiply it by parse int. Yeah, replies. Alright. Let's just do tweet. Score tweet. Let's make a function for this. Wanna be more functional. We're going to do this for both tweets, or for both tweets in this thing, for A and B. A being the, so as these are the two values you're comparing. So this runs comparison. The sort, I forgot what type of sort it's doing, but it's in the compare function, which is the callback, you have this access to these two values. So we're going to get this value right here. We're going to say score tweet A, score tweet B minus score tweet A, and let's rank the tposters. And oh, I just realized this is let's do tweet info dot user page equals user page, just so we can track who it actually is. We don't actually need to use this map. We can just use an array. And then we can push tweet info to the array that we could pass. It's log. You notice how I'm writing this like I have a main function, and in the main function I do, oh hold on, this does not need that, but in the main function I do I write all my routines and then I execute them in that main function, and I kind of do all my logic there rather than just kind of very much in the style of most coding languages. Okay, so let's log this ranking. And then that's kind of gonna be it, actually. Now that I think about it, logging out the ranking, like that's it. We can make it pretty. Or we can sort these things and we can just return the top people. So we'll just return the user page. So tweet dot user page. Yeah, I think this is it. So we'll have an array of the top 3 user pages. Or the top for the amount that's passed into the function here. We'll have the top for that. Do most big phones ban web scraping? Yeah. It's all banned. We're being very bad boys. We're in the bad boys club today. Yeah, it's not. You'll get like, I remember I made this search for interesting. Will it get tighter? Probably, yeah. 100% it will be. I would definitely bet it would get tighter. So Sai's asking, are these terms policies gonna get tighter with all the generative AI infringing? 100%, because that's part of why I think Twitter API started kind of closing down a little bit, because the more you have these language models, the more real data, especially real consumer user data, like your data, the more valuable it's going to be over time. The more like the organic stuff's going to be valuable. Future web scraping is me. No, I mean, in all seriousness, I'm gonna have a stream on that. So that's part of what I've been doing on the side. Is I'm gonna have a whole stream on this. Is I'm trying to make semantic scrapers where I pretty much have these scraping algorithms where I'm scraping all of like the web. I'm scraping like a ton, not that much, but I'm scraping a lot of the HTML websites, and I'm grouping together different components on the website, and then I'm clustering them, and it's a whole thing. I can run through how it works, but that way I could sort of detect whether this item on the page is a comment, for instance. Detect, and you could extrapolate all the semantics you want from that. Like it could be, you could detect. You could be like, how SQL works. You could say like select comments from Hacker News, and then boom, a process starts up. It gets the model for detecting comments, and then it just, like, these routines could just fire off immediately. So I think building an API like that would be so powerful and crazy. And there's no way to like really, unless you make web scraping illegal, which they can't, because that's like dumb. But unless you do that, well, they can do whatever they want, but like, unless you do that, like, that's like so powerful. And I've already figured out a lot of how that works. Like, I just need resources. That's it. I think that's the future, honestly. Yeah, no, I mean, that's super possible. It's super possible. It's not even, I mean, like, and imagine, so you could do joins. So you could say join data from Twitter about the topics in this HN thread. You know what I mean? And you don't have to do all this query selector BS that I'm doing. You could just semantically be talking to the internet. Does that make sense? Tony, I need those resources. Yeah, man. Well, also, like, I want to fund it myself, my company, but that's what matters. So if you have because me and my buddy were talking about this type of product where you have a data pipeline. The nirvana that we're thinking about is every person who wants to be data literate essentially has an engine to build back to back any type of application they want. but all of that stems from the data. So you have a data pipeline where you're like, you do these semantic queries. Like, let's say you want to build an app for, I don't know. Sai, you have. I'm not gonna talk about your idea, but you have an idea that's similar to this, where it's like, I'll use a different business than what you're saying, but it's like, let's say you want to do something for like guitar companies. You could say like, find guitar companies from Guitar Center's like website or whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? And then search these other sites, search Twitter feeds to get user feedback from the. I'm kind of talking about what you're doing now, but like, you kind of get what I'm saying, where you can kind of, using these semantics, you could just instantly scrape for data that would have taken you days and days to figure out, and then you could join them. You could keep this stuff up, like, so there's a lot of like scraper APIs where you can do queries to do this stuff. Like, you can manually write the queries I'm doing, and there's companies that'll have it so you have uptime, so they'll just keep checking if the query works. But if you can do it semantically with human language, and you can utilize language models to reinforce that just opens it up. So then you don't need any developers to do it. You don't even need those API companies. You could just have like some Docker, some desktop app running on your computer that's just getting you tons and tons of data, and you could just build a startup off of that data. And then put small developer or whatever, put some GPT-4 app creator in front of it, which I'm also figuring stuff like that out, hopefully. And then you can just use, like, on one desktop, end to end, build out pipelines that would have taken people years ago 3-5 months. You know what I mean? That stuff's all possible. Like, it just takes a lot of resources. Not like that. It's not even a crazy amount. It takes like smart people coming together and using a fairly minimal amount of resources, but like enough that it matters. All right, so long story short, I think that's the future of web scraping, and I want to build that. I'm gonna build that one day. All right, so let's see if this works. I think our sorting should work. I think so. We have this rank S posters. Oh yeah, we're not doing the amount stuff yet. So we want to filter. I wish you could do Python. I could just do that. But we can slice it. We'll slice it 0, amount. That's just slicing the array. We're ranking them, and we're getting the top 3, and then we'll log it. So we'll say your for YouTube posters for topic. Okay. And then I don't know why I'm not using string literal here. Let's do this. Nah, yeah. I could. Wait, check what out if I need top quality? You're teasing me, Tony. Post it. What is it? You're like, check this out. What is it? Work on that instead of videos? Yeah. I can do both. I have like a startup going. I need to, so that's not something I can immediately make money on. So I have a startup that I'm like, pretty sure we can make money on it. And we're having a little, hey, if there's any developers watching, like we could use help on stuff, because we're working on client work. We're finding clients that need some AI help and need some web development help, and helping them out. And I'm always doing that, and I'm going to use that to fund my stuff. But that's a bigger project. I need a war chest. I don't need a war chest for that, but it'd be nice too. Because it's hard to, for something like that, it's hard to sell that. I could have a whole stream just talking about it. It's hard to sell that directly. CoreWeave has. Oh, it does? That's really good. Why am I still using Colab? I need to first use Kaggle and then look into CoreWeave. It doesn't even just need that. So the thing is, just scraping the data needed to make those semantic models is a huge endeavor. And that's not even just the ML. So the ML side actually isn't even what I'm worried about. Like, I need like a ton of data. Alright, so let's run this. I think we're good. Think? Is this gonna break? Let's see. It's gonna take a bit. Let's talk ideas. Anyone have a good start? Tony, you had a really good startup idea today. Of like, sort of. I was talking to my brother about it. It's actually a very good idea. It's like when you're just like being someone to service companies that by fine tuning these models, or if you know, which is why I'm trying to learn about fine tuning a lot. Is because if you know a lot about fine tuning these new, like Llama 2 and these new models coming out, you can cut so many costs for these businesses. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, it's actually like, you can like it's crazy how much people are spending on GPT-4. And they don't need to at all, actually. It's actually crazy. It actually blows my mind that like there's so much. Let's see, is this? But it actually blows my mind that there's so much like fever towards GPT-4 when like super small models you can have on your computer can do like 90% of what a lot of these people want. They just see the magic around OpenAI and ChatGPT, and they all rush towards that when it's like, even if you use OpenAI embeddings, it's overkill for most of what you want to do. Like, it's very magical and cool, but like knowing the problem you want to solve and using the right data set to solve it will be, I mean, it's like it's goes from just cutting the cost completely almost. It's not even just cost cutting, it's like literally like you don't have a cost. You know? Yeah. I mean, I'm starting a business now, but I need to start more businesses. I need to do that fine tuning thing. I need to start trying to find companies that have AI models and need that are like super, because someone was talking to me recently about their finance like job, their like advising job, and they were talking about their problems, and they're thinking about using GPT, and it's like a lot of this stuff you don't need GPT for. So like, it wouldn't have to. So to answer you, Art, it wouldn't have to just be software companies. It could be really any company. It's just like someone that's, because a lot of companies right now are, okay, I want to use GPT-4 to extract data from this, or to have my users search this, or do this, and or have my customers. I'm an accounting company, and I'm using this in my process to automate this, and then they start putting in their process, and they start saying, oh wait, I have to spend what amount of money on OpenAI every month, and they're like, wait, what? But really, you could just fine tune a model and then host it locally, and then they don't have to. It's just their electricity bill, you know. It depends on the company problem, but right now, like if someone's like a small business, this is where I think there's a lot of money. If there's like a wealthy small business owner, like an advisor, a medical practice, something like this, and they have a lot of data, whether it's records, whatever, targeting that is super big because you have people with a lot of money and they have they have a lot of overhead with all this data. I think that's a big opportunity, and they're the people that are gonna like. I don't know if they would actually hire someone to do any GPT, but they'll probably do GPT-4 stuff. And it may just be startups that need help because a lot of startups, they'll have a developer that can just code some GPT-4 thing, and then it's like, oh wait, is it done? Oh, nice. Yay, we did it. We did it. I didn't mean to make this async. We did it. Look at that. So I ran my S-poster finder for the topic JavaScript. I said, give me the top 3 S-posters about JavaScript, and we got I am developer, trash dev, and front commerce. So obviously, the way you really want to run this is you want to run on a fast computer first off, but also you want to increase this number. Where am I right at? This number, instead of getting the first 10 users on the search, you want to get like the first 1,000 users. You want to scroll a ton, and so you want to scroll a ton. So that's another thing with resources. If you really want to do this well, you probably want to run this in parallel on like a fast computer, like parallel processing. It's very easy to do. Node.js isn't great for parallel processing. If you want to know how to do a lot of, I won't say parallel processing, a lot of concurrent processing, really just, you don't even have to worry about the runtime you're using, whether it's Python, Node.js, or anything like that. You just want to use a script, and you just want to daemonize your processes with that script, and you want to do it. And it's actually nice if you know C, or actually Go is the best, but it's actually nice to lock down a process CPU to use up that memory space, and then you can just parallel process your way up and have 4 scripts running at the same time, rather than like using, what's it called, sub-process in Python. What's Python's threading? You're rather using threading. Threading isn't going to help you for stuff like this. Yeah, learn Rust. Yeah, I need to have a stream where I'm learning Rust. But isn't that cool? We just made this S-poster finder in like 3 hours. Or 2 hours. It's crazy. Nice. Alright. It's fun while it lasted. I'm gonna go get some food. If anyone wants a script, let me know. I'm gonna like... This is a kind of a cool script, actually. Because you could actually like find some quality people here. If you made this algorithm really good, you could like... So I want to have a video where I'm like... There's a Chrome extension that like fills in your feed with these people. Maybe I make a big data set of all this stuff. I don't know. A lot of things can be done. But all right, I'll see you guys. Keep coding. Become 10x.